What's up, everybody? This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton,
the People's Podcaster.
and we're going live. We on YouTube and we on Facebook, and we're gonna go all out, straight up, all out.
Yes,
We're gonna tell you what we think about. We're gonna tell you what we think about all this tonight.
Ooh.
And, man, it was a great night for wrestling. Hard to beat. Vince gonna have to step up his game.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. Very, very much so.
Yes, if you didn't see it tonight, we're gonna give it to you the best we can. I'll tell you what we think about all this tonight. Oh man, it was a great night for wrestling. All right, Chris, turn that down, but
I got you.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna give it to you straight. We're gonna give it to you straight up, what we think about it, and each we're gonna try to break down each match. But hey, glad that we caught it, was able to catch it, and I'm happy that we were able to bring it to you. So, Chris, what you think about let's see, what you think about that first match? But before that first match, man, where did they come out of tonight? I forgot where.
Somewhere in Chicago, suburb of Chicago, somewhere.
Yeah, some Hamptons, Hammonds, or something like that, man.
Yeah, it was in Illinois somewhere.
Yeah. But okay, what you think about the first match, man? Miro against Eddie Kingston.
That was a good match. It was actually better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be, just a little rinky-dink kind of match. Miro show off his stuff, Eddie show off a little bit of his stuff, and then, that's it. But it actually ended up being a pretty decent match, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. I knew Eddie would come in there and bring the he would bring the match to Miro. But
yeah,
I mean, he's pretty much ready for Miro. But man, Miro is just a powerhouse. I mean, he looks good in that ring, and I mean he's able to counter a lot of things. And I think Eddie Kingston's style played into what Miro is. I mean, Eddie Kingston is a in your face kind of wrestler.
Of course,
face brawler, and he went out the Miro, and it gave Miro a chance to use his power game against Eddie Kingston, which came out very effective, man. And he was able to take him out. So Miro got the win, man.
Yeah, and he's still TNT champion, man. It makes you wonder who's gonna be able to defeat him, man. I mean,
that's true.
The man's really just out here just running roughshod on everybody, man. And it's just, he's just doing his own thing, and who's gonna stop him?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat him, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat him. He's compact. He's actually a big guy, man, but he's compact. He's short to the he's short to the floor, man. I mean, he in his game, man. Even though he got all that power and stuff like that, man, he knows his wrestling. He reminds me of a young Ivan Koloff. I know you didn't see Ivan Koloff to the 80s. But Ivan Koloff, man, back in the 70s and stuff, when he won that title from San Martino and all them.
Yeah.
He was big like Miro is now.
Wow.
Yeah. Ivan Koloff was a big old guy, man. That's why they call him the Russian Bear. But he was thick, man. I was looking at Miro tonight. I'm like, man, that's exactly who he reminds me of. And I mean, and his style of wrestling too. Yeah, Koloff had that same kind of style. So man. So I'm very impressed with Miro, man, and I want to see how much farther he's gonna go before he lose. And he lose, man, he still can go after any title he wants.
Of course, man. Of course.
Guy, man, is he's gonna be hard to stop. He's he's a wrecking ball, man, and he's one of these guys that's gonna, his star's gonna keep rising in the business, I think. So. Oh
man, yeah.
Yeah, but I gave the match a 4-star, man. Could have been better, but like I say, for the setting that is in and it being a pay-per-view, I just went ahead and gave it 4 stars. It was a very good match. They went back to the basics. It was a hardcore match.
those chops, them chops was something serious, man. That was.
Oh yeah. So
yeah,
what you give?
I gave it a 4. I give it a 4, man.
Yeah, 4-star from Straight Up Wrestling Crew. The Straight Up Wrestling Show. And if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share. Talk to us. And I see some people already commentating, giving us some feedback. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, and hit that
notification bell.
Yeah. So we can continue to bring you good content. We got a lot of shows that we need to do. And sometime this week, I want to do a specialty show. So look forward to that. All right, our next match, man, we had John Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. Goodness sake, why in the world am I saying his name wrong this time? Satoshi, you know his name, man.
Yeah, I can't think of his last name, but yeah, Satoshi.
Yeah, it's Kojima. Satoshi Kojima. What you think about that match, man? And I think Moxley was calling this guy out, man. I've seen this guy years ago, man. I used to watch him, maybe back in the 90s, man. So
yeah, it was a good match, but
yeah.
When I look at this match, man, I think about what they did in New Japan.
Right.
Because I've seen what they've done in New Japan, and it doesn't compare. But
you could tell they was holding. That's one thing I do have against AEW is how choreographed it is. As great as this pay-per-view was, and see, that's one thing. When I first started watching, when AEW first started, and I was watching, and I'm like, yeah, man, they doing a lot of great things, but it is the choreography. You can pretty much. I like it when I don't see what's coming. Like last night was at American Pro Wrestling, was at APW.
Yeah, I
couldn't see what was coming. Even though, like I said, I know how it works. We know how wrestling works.
Yeah,
but I couldn't see when it was coming. And that's one thing I have against AEW. Not all the matches are like that, but a few of them. And this was one. And they, like you say, they've worked together plenty of times before in New Japan, but it seemed like they slowed down a little to not be so extreme. So it kind of took away from the match, man. But still, I think it was a pretty good match.
For what it was a decent match, man.
Yeah, I think it still was a good match, man. It was hard hitting, but some of the things I wish they would have like just kept it the way they have it in Japan, and not like some of the things they would sit there and they had a little chopping contest with each other, back and forth, standing there. In New Japan, they ripping each other's chests off, But here, man, let me say, they going, they have doing it. So that right there kind of like brought me down, man. But the match got better and better as it went on.
Oh yeah,
I thought so. I went ahead and gave it a 4-star. I gave it 4 stars.
I give
it a little bit.
4, man. I give it a 4 too.
Yeah,
I said, when I compared it to what they've done in New Japan, man, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah. And Kojima looks good, man, to be 30 years. I mean, you've been in the business 30 years. He still looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's still solid, man. He's still solid.
Yeah, he's still athletic, and so
now the surprise of the night, though.
Yeah. And like I say, and I think, I actually had the match at 3.5 when I think about it, Chris. But I went ahead and jumped it up to a 4-star, man, because Minoru Suzuki came out there. So,
that right now, out of all the surprises that happened tonight,
yes,
that was the one that really had me hyped.
Oh yeah. So
I was hype about Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan and all that. I was cool about that, but I knew they were coming.
Right.
At some point, you knew they were coming, so it was like, okay, they coming, cool. But this right here, I did not see coming.
Yeah, I was stunned, man. I was stunned. It was a trip, man. look that Moxley had on his face, man. He was just like, yeah. Oh man, he was like,
go back and look at now. If you want to see some brutal matches,
I'm sure.
Man, go back and what you got New Japan on your Roku.
Yeah.
Go back and look up Moxley and Suzuki.
Yeah, I never saw those two wrestle each other, but I've seen Minoru matches. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Have you ever seen Suzuki wrestle?
Yes. So yeah, I've seen him wrestle.
So you know how the old man get down.
Yeah, I know what he brings, man. I know what he brings to the ring.
Hey,
so
that's who you should have been scared of, not Wahoo McDaniel. You should have been scared of him.
Oh, speaking of Wahoo McDaniel, that's one person who which I was talking to Chris about. That's somebody I'm about to do a little segment on that. But Wahoo McDaniel, I'm excited to do that. But yeah, but the whole thing about it is, Minoru, he just didn't. He just wasn't on this soil too much. I mean, he was back there wrestling back there when Tenryu and Antonio Inoki and all them. He was in not really New Japan. He was in what's the other one? All Japan. I can't remember the other one that has the triple crown. No. The one that's the one I'm thinking about. Antonio Inoki. He was in there with Giant Baba mostly. That Baba owned. I forgot the name of that one. But man, he was, he stayed over there most of the times. He hardly ever showed up in the United States, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember because like I say, back then I don't care what wrestling was, man. If I got a chance to get a glimpse of it, I'm gonna check it out. So
exactly.
I remember him when he was younger, man. He was brutal back then. So I'm like, he still looked good, and I'm pretty sure he still have that same, he's still ferocious like he was then, and I'm pretty sure Chris he's already talking about it. He can attest to that. So, man, but yeah, 4-star match because, like I say, Sasaki came out there, man. He brought it up some more for me. So, hey, pretty overall, man. That match was good, and it kept the pay-per-view up.
That was a positive night for me, man, because I didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah.
And when I saw who it was, I was like, oh Lord. and I knew, man, you understand that old man. Something wrong with that old man, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, Joker's up there getting formed, getting chopped. He's like, give me some more, and I'm just like,
he's laughing, man. Hey, that's what a lot of those Asians do, man. Especially, I mean, a lot of Asian wrestlers, a lot of Asian martial arts guys, man. They do that, man. Like I said, and you just don't know what they're thinking, Man,
I know he was thinking he ready to get his hands on Moxley, and we're gonna find out what's gonna happen next Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
But no, actually, this coming Wednesday we're gonna find out what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Next match, man. We had Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. Man.
That was a good one.
Right.
That's a 5-star match. Just gonna put that out there. That was a 5-star. I'm gonna put it out there.
Well, I didn't, at first, like I said, I thought it started off.
There you go.
Hey, man, I'm being straight up. But
I am too.
The match kept building, man. I mean, did when it started off from the first 4 or 5 minutes, did you give it 5-star at that time? First 4 minutes of the match, was it a 5-star match to you then?
I'm giving it overall, man. From the beginning to the end, everything in between, man. I mean, look, man, look.
It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great at the beginning, Chris. Come on now, man.
Well, neither was the first McDonald's, but you see what they evolved into.
The first McDonald's was off the hook, man. First McDonald's was people lining up like crazy because they'd never seen speed like that before. But on to this match, man. Okay, they never see that was the beginning of the speedy service. But this right here, man, this was a very good match. Okay, Britt, man. I mean, Chris Statlander, I didn't really think should have been in the match because I mean the way I looked at it.
Wow, really?
Well, yes. I didn't really think she was that great, man. I mean, she the last couple weeks, it's like she came out of nowhere, and they started touting her as having an undefeated record and everything like that. And I've seen her within the past couple months, man. Since we've been doing this, I had seen her like in a couple months ago. She didn't look that great to me. She was okay, but I saw her in like tag team competition and things like that. She was okay. I didn't think she was that great, man. So, but they pushed her. They hyped her.
When you got somebody on Facebook that totally disagree with you.
Well, they can disagree. That's what it's all about. Like I say, we can disagree, but man, I'm not saying she's not a good wrestler. I think she was a good wrestler, but there was no way in the heck that I think she was going to win this match against Britt Baker. So I'm like, why in the world put her in the match? I think
you don't think she had a chance from the get-go, not even to possibly win?
Man, I'm not saying that, Chris. I like Chris Statlander. I wanted her to win. I was going for Chris Statlander. But I'm just saying, she did not excite me up until the last 2 weeks after when she came in and she helped Red Velvet. I'm saying she didn't show me anything before. I didn't really see. I thought she was a good wrestler, but I didn't think she was on the level of being having a title shot in this pay-per-view. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, man.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me who she beat. Tell me who she beaten, man. Okay. Can you run down the opponents that she done dominated in the last 2 months to get to this shot?
Man, see, there you go in that 1985 thinking.
No, you need to run down some names, bro.
No, you got this 1985 mentality where you think, oh, you got to beat the best 15 wrestlers before you even become the number one contender. And then from there, we can see what you can do. See, that's your thinking right there, man.
You darn right, man. You darn right.
Them days is over. You can literally beat 4 people off the street in a bottle parking lot and get a title shot anytime you want nowadays, man. That's what wrestling is now.
But she haven't even beat 4 people off the streets.
But she must have, because you got a title shot.
All she's come out and did was help Red Velvet. That's all she's done. So, okay. So whoever this person is on Facebook, who are they? What's the name?
Troy Smith says, okay, if Chris Statlander wasn't the one to do it, to get the title shot, who would you put in that spot?
It's some of these people that was in that battle royal tonight deserve a shot than Chris, if you ask me.
Ooh.
Nyla Rose.
No, man, no.
Yeah.
Now we're done, man. Now we're done.
Yeah. Hey, whatever, man. Thunder Rosa. Let's see.
Thunder Rosa had a shot.
Huh?
Thunder Rosa done had a shot.
I don't care. She deserves another shot.
Oh my God.
No, but see, that's the whole thing about it. Y'all, you are trying to change it around, man. Like I wasn't going for Statlander. I told you I was going for Statlander. I do not like your friend. I do not like your girl, DMD. I do not like her. I was going for Statlander. I'm just saying she has not done anything to really impress me up to this point to where I thought she was going to get that match. Anyway, man, I'm going to go ahead and give you my score. I gave the match a 4.5. I don't give it 5 stars. I give it 4.5. And that's where I'm going with it. And that's the Straight Up Wrestling Show number. 4.5, buddy. That's what we're going with. It was a great match. It was a great match. It was an outstanding match, but it wasn't a match. So,
oh gosh.
And we're gonna roll on with this because I know how much you like Britt Baker. You love Britt Baker. Anything that Britt Baker's involved in, Britt Baker walks out the ring and says DMD. You think it's the greatest thing ever.
It is the greatest thing ever.
Whatever, man.
Okay. So Ric Flair comes out in a walker, 95 years old, with his old and has an asthma attack. You're gonna be like, man, that's the greatest comeback in wrestling history.
Let me tell you something, man. I don't want to see Ric Flair in the ring. I don't want to see Rick. I don't want to see Ric Flair on a commercial. I don't want to see Ric Flair no more, man. Only thing I want to see Ric Flair is on maybe a podcast or something like that and talking about his career or talk about what he think about wrestlers today. I don't care about that. Even though he's my favorite wrestler of all time, I don't want to see him in a ring. I do not. His time is up. Okay, I don't even want to see him managing something. Like I say, if he wanted to be a commentator, because he's actually pretty good at that. I've seen him commentate in the past. He was pretty good at that. But that's the only way I want to see Ric Flair. I don't want to see him climbing up in the ring at all. So, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, when it boils down to it, certain people and certain things, man. I'll put it like this: either way it go, man, it's my score.
You biased. You biased, man. You biased. You ain't calling it down the middle, man. You biased.
I'm calling it down the middle.
No, you got to think against Britt Baker.
You think Britt Baker is the greatest? What made that match a 4.5? Made that 5-star. What made it?
Man, come on, man. All them times you literally thought Chris Statlander was out, was done, was finished. She kept fighting, man.
Yes,
she kept fighting.
Yes, she did.
So come on, man. How you can't just give that woman her props, man?
I gave the woman her props, man. I'm giving it a 4.5, man.
Man, I bet if somebody get the title tomorrow night at a house show and it ain't Britt Baker, boy, you gonna think they the best women's champion ever and they only had the belt 5 minutes.
You darn right.
Oh, man, next match, man. I
think the Red Velvet match against Britt Baker a couple weeks ago was better. When they're on Rampage, I think it was on Rampage. That first Rampage, it was a better match. Even though Statlander kept coming back when you think she was on the brink of losing, and Britt kept coming back too when certain things she was getting hit with a lot of finishes. So overall, when it comes to that, man, it was a pretty strong match. But man, I don't know, man. But I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 stars because when I think about it, it was great, man. It was great.
That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say, man.
5 stars. But see, that's the whole thing about it. You got to make your argument. You have got to make your argument, and you got to come clear about what your objective is.
You saw the same match I saw.
It was a great match, man. It was a great match.
It is.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great match. Okay, man, we got the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers, man.
Oh no! Now, if you say this ain't no 5-star, I don't know what you say.
It wasn't.
Man, I'm about to click off here, man. I'm about to click off and let you do the show by yourself.
Nothing. We gonna talk about this match, man.
No.
What you think about the match, Chris? Talk to me about the match, man. Talk to me about the intricacies of the match, man. What made this match so great in your eyes, man?
What pay-per-view were you watching?
Man, I was watching the same pay-per-view that you watch, man.
No,
I watched the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks, man. And when this match started off, man, I say within the first minute, I had it at a 2-star. Then they got up the first couple. Then after 2 or 3 minutes, it went to a 3-star. And then after that, man, I just kept watching. I'm looking at these guys, man, and I'm like, wow, man. Wow.
Oh my God. You got my head hurting over here, man. You got my head hurting over here.
They kept going, man. Great match, man. I gave the match 6 stars, man. Okay? But see, that's the whole thing about it. You don't want me to break the match down, man. I'm telling you the way I felt about it when it started, man. But it kept getting better and better. That's what I like about wrestling, man. It gets better and better. And I want to talk about that. I don't want to just jump out and say, man, it was the greatest thing I ever seen, man. But that's what you want to hear. You want me to just come out and say, man, just give it a 5-star, man, right off the bat, man. Come on, man. It was a great match. It was a 6. I gave it 6 stars, man.
Man, look. The Lucha Brothers entrance by alone was 5 stars.
Oh man, yeah, it was. The entrance was great, man. But like I said, it's what they done in the ring, man. That was just very impressive.
That was honestly, man. That was.
Going on top of the cage, man, doing things up, diving off the cage, man, going up there, taking on each other off of the cage, man.
And then getting kicked in the head with a shoe full of thumbtacks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, it's nothing bad you can say about the match, man. It was great. It was an outstanding match. But just like I say, I look at match from beginning to end, man, and things build up. Like I say, but see, I expected that match to build up to that. I expected it. And man, and that was the great thing about it, because you sit there, man. It's just like watching a boxing match, man. Like I say, they starting off slow. The next thing you know, somebody get hit, boom, about to be knocked out or whatever. And then next thing you know, that guy come back, knock the other guy around. That's the kind of excitement that I want to see, man. They, like I say, and something that's gonna last. And these guys, man, they had the endurance to continue on with everything that they was doing to each other. No slow down. Both teams very athletic, man. And plus, like I say, not just doing a lot of acrobatic things, man, in the ring, the athletic things, man.
That's what wrestling.
Right, all four of these guys can wrestle, and that's the whole thing about it. All of them, they put it down on the mat, and I mean they can do it on the mat, and they can do it high flying too. So, hey, 6 stars for me, man.
Man, if you're going 6, I gotta give it 12.
Well, we don't go 12, man. We gonna give it 6 stars. The 6 stars that I was talking about.
And this is gonna be like boxing, boy. We going 12 rounds.
I hear you. It was a 6-star match, Michael King. So that's a 6-star match. 6-star matches happen.
If that match could arguably be the match of the year in AEW, arguably.
Yeah, that's true. 6 stars,
and that's saying a lot, because they've had some amazing matches.
Yes. All right, man. We're gonna go. Okay, now let's talk about this this bounty. What?
That Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Whatever you want to call it, man. Battle Royal type thing. And man, I'm gonna name some of the people that was in it. If I missed somebody, if you hear that I missed somebody, let me know, man. I don't know why I wrote these names down, man. But yeah, Sky Blue, the Bunny, Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Oh yeah, Abaddon. Yeah. Annie Abaddon. I don't know who that is, man. Abaddon. That's the first time I ever seen him. So yeah, it's first time. I've seen her before, but I didn't really know her name, Chris. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't really know her name. Okay, you got Kushida, Anna Jay, Kiera Hogan, Nyla Rose, Big Swole, Jamie Hayter, Anna Jay, Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, Tay Conti, Red Velvet, Jade Cargill, Layla Hirsch, Rebel, Rudy Soho. So, which is Rudy. What she had a different name. Rudy Riot. It wasn't that.
Ruby Riot. Yeah, Ruby Riot.
So, yeah, I remember her wrestling under that, something like that. But those are the only ones I can remember. I think it was a couple more people in there.
Oh, it was a lot more in there, man.
Man, I mean, it got a little confusing. But overall, man, I thought it was really good, especially at the end. Especially when Ruby Riot came out. I'm not Ruby Riot, but Ruby Soho come in. What's her name came in there, man? She was on fire. What's the Thunder Rosa? Jade Cargill, man. She probably could have won the thing if she would have been paying attention. I mean, she was throwing people out of there, boy. I mean, the bunny did really good, man. She stayed there for
she had a strong showing. She did. She had a strong showing.
I think she actually, let's see, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, and maybe who else, man? Who else you think? I mean, that pretty much carried that thing, man. That really made it look good. I think Red Velvet did good too, man.
Yeah, well, she did okay. Red Velvet did okay.
Yeah, but Tay Conti did good too. Jamie Hayter, she was all right. Rebel, she got knocked out of there real quick. She had no business being in it, but I gave it a 4. I gave it 4 stars, man. It was pretty good. at first, like I say, I didn't think that, but it built up to, especially at the end, man. And I gave it 4 star at the end. It ended off well. So
yeah, me personally, man. I'm getting tired of Nyla Rose.
Yeah, I understand. I thought she was gonna win too, man. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I know y'all ain't gonna do that, but looked like she was gonna win that thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of her, man. Nyla Rose, she need to.
Yeah, somebody said that tag match was fire, man. Definitely was. I agree with you.
Oh yeah. That was my boy Shad, man. My oos.
All right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, buddy. Definitely agree with you.
Yeah, Ruby Soho, man. She ends up winning it.
Yeah, yes.
Basically took out Thunder Rosa, who had a good chance of getting it, and so we're gonna see what happens, man. If she squanders her opportunity or she takes advantage of it.
I don't think she can beat DMD. I don't think she can. I think it's going to be a great match. When those two match up, I just don't see her beating Britt. I don't. But I could be wrong. You know? I mean, she's got the experience to be able.
She definitely got the experience.
Been around for a while, so she definitely can do it. But hey, all right, 4-star for that, man. So like I say, everything rolling along really well, real good. And then like I say, the next match, man, we had MJF versus Chris Jericho. These next 4 matches, man, could have been main event matches anywhere. So, even though, like I say, it was a mid-card match, man, it's basically, to me, it was a main event match. So we're gonna go ahead and give our thoughts on the MJF versus Chris Jericho match. Chris, you want to go ahead and hit off on that first, man?
I love the entrance of Jericho.
Right.
Well, no, let me retract that.
Okay.
I love the entrance of MJF acting like Jericho.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh, Jericho going back. Oh, I'm like, I like this. And then I was like, wait a minute. Now I'm like, that's MJF. That's MJF. Yeah. And Lord and behold, it was MJF. I was like, okay, cool. Giving a nice little homage to MJF. I mean, to Jericho. And then Jericho's entrance was good with his guitar player from Fozzy. Which was good. Had the crowd singing the song and everything. The match somewhat had a slow build to it at first.
I'm glad you saw it that way.
Even though they know each other very well, they just kind of did what you like. Take your time, build it up, and
it depends. Like I say, man, certain people I like to see build it up, and when you have this caliber, of talent in the ring, I don't mind seeing that. But Jericho has slowed down, and he slowed down. So I mean, what I'm looking at is because I thought about something you said, and when you first start talking about MJF, he reminds you of a Ric Flair, and I thought about this tonight as this match was going on. I'm like, because I've heard a couple other things too, man, and I agree with some of the other people, some things what I've heard other people say. He reminds them of a Roddy Piper too. So I agree with that too. Of a young Roddy Piper, he reminds me of that too, but more of a Ric Flair. But he has that Roddy Piper type attitude as far as in the ring. It's still in the ring or when he's outside of the ring, he has that kind of heat going back as far as for his opponent, kind of like what Piper had. Man, like I say, but yeah, he has that. He definitely has the way Flair come off that sway that Ric Flair has. He definitely has that, and I mean, he did his little Ric Flair little strut in there too, man. So, but I was thinking about this because MJF, Ric Flair, when he was 25, because MJF was 25 years old. Ric Flair, this was after he came off after the plane crash.
Yeah.
He came back slim and everything. This one, Ric Flair really started rising. But what's the name? Chief Wahoo McDaniel was the one who brought Ric Flair into Jim Crockett Jr. Brought him into yeah, and Wahoo McDaniel is the one who was putting Rick over. And I mean, they had some crazy matches. I used to see them live all the time at the Green Auditorium. Yeah, man, brutal matches. But that's one thing, I'm sitting there thinking about, because Ric Flair had a lot of help, man, because getting his name out there at that time. He was like, he had Chief Wahoo McDaniel, had Tiger Conway Jr., who he had a feud with at the time. But his best friends in the business, man, he had Blackjack Mulligan, who's bringing him up. He had Ole and Gene Anderson, who was saying they was his cousins. And these people was worldwide. I mean, worldwide, man. They worldwide known. And he had a lot of matches with Andre the Giant. Ric Flair would wrestle Andre the Giant in a lot of different territories when he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, where's MJF's do he have the people like that can actually build him up? That's what built Ric Flair up. That's how he got popular so quick, because he had those people that was around him that was already. And Johnny Valentine. Ric Flair hung out with Johnny Valentine. Then he had Greg Valentine as his partner when Johnny went down. And yeah, Rick, before the plane crash, he started out with Rip Hawk, who was a very popular wrestler back then. He started out with Rip Hawk, and Wahoo was actually friends at that time. So, man, yeah, he had so many people that built him up. And then Rick Steamboat came in 1977, a couple years after he had started. No, 1976. Steamboat came in a year after Ric Flair had that plane crash, and then and Rick Steamboat suddenly became the most popular wrestler in the world. I mean,
Now, I agree with what Troy said.
Fans.
He said Jericho. He said Jericho's building MJF.
Well, I think Jericho's building MJF up. I do agree with that. That's what I'm saying. I was like, is this his Wahoo McDaniel? But I'm like, how much longer is Jericho is going to be able to do that? So that's what I'm saying. I mean, what I'm trying to say is,
think about it like this. In the business, man, when a guy is building you up, people going to see you, how you react and how you work, because you're working you're working with a veteran, you're working with a name, you're working with somebody that is known throughout the business and has a good eye for talent.
Right.
All the people and the boys in the back are going to notice that.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
So everybody's definitely knows what's going on with MJF and Jericho. They're just waiting. The people in the back are just waiting for Jericho to basically say, hey, here's my stamp of approval. He's got it.
Yeah. Well,
he's got it. And then when Jericho does that,
yeah, and
his rocket's about to take off, man.
He has another advantage over what Flair had, because Flair had to go from territory to territory to do it. And like I said, and plus, it's like I said, he wrestled Andre the Giant. He was wrestling Ernie Ladd a good bit too. Well, Ernie Ladd was his friend. But he was wrestling Andre. They put him in there, and Andre was worldwide known at that time. That helped Ric Flair get over. But MJF, see, they didn't have a national. I mean, AWA was national, but I'm saying they didn't have national TV back then.
They had local syndication.
Yeah. But MJF, man, he's shown all over the world because of what we have now. We got satellite, we got, just
cable and
stuff. So he's broadcast all over the world. So he does have that going for him. So
yeah,
man. So yeah, it's just, I just hope they continue to build a star, man, and don't let anybody come in and drown that.
Exactly.
Man, I mean, this is a major star happening here. But I thought the match built up. It got better and better. And man, both guys, like I said, they showed their resolve, man. They kept coming back on each other. You really didn't know what was going to happen. MJF looked like he got the win, man, but Jericho had his leg on the rope. And, you thought it was over. Now, if MJF would have just got out of the ring and just left, he might have still could have got the win. But
oh, yeah.
you know, you had a couple refs out there and they saw what happened. One of them saw what happened. He went up there and, you know, he talked to what's the female?
Aubrey Edwards.
Talked to Audrey Edwards. And yeah, and you know, she reversed it and they, you know, they got back at it. But Jericho, man, you know, MJF, man, he caught himself again. He you know, instead of because you know, Jericho surprised him and tried to, you know, take him down, roll him up and get it.
Yeah, try to get it quick.
Yeah, but MJF, man, like I say, he had the whereabouts about himself, man. You know, to where he was able to fight that off, man, and you know, continue to match on. And you know, they had a couple more minutes there where they went back and forth. But then, like I say, you know, Jericho ended up getting the win, man. And like it ended up being a pretty good match, man. I gave it 4 stars, man. They had built up, so you know, I'm gonna give it.
I definitely give it 4 stars, easy, man.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah. It was a really good match. Okay. Then the next match, man. Hey, yo, man, Mr.
Man.
CM Punk. That's your man. No, I'm just joking, man.
Like my man.
I'm just messing with you, man. Hey, Michael King's man. Darby Allin was out there, man.
yeah, that's Michael King's. Yeah.
Michael loved that Darby Allin, boy. We know you don't like Darby, Michael. We just messing with you, man. But yeah, CM Punk, man, against Darby Allin. Man, what you think about it?
I was surprised, man. Oh wow, Troy says it wasn't all that good to him.
No, I don't think so. But it
was okay, man. I mean, for a 7-year hiatus, what do you expect? Darby carried the match, man. Darby carried the match.
Yes, I'm right with you about it was okay. And I was gonna say that Darby carried the match. I don't want to, you know, I didn't want you to jump on me, but I didn't think you was, man. I know you've seen the same matches I did. Darby carried the match. CM Punk is maybe 4 months away, man. He's at least 3 months away. But that's with intense training.
Yeah.
You know, with intense training, he's three months away. But at the rate that he's going, in my opinion, I feel it's going to take him 4 to 5 months to actually get back into wrestling shape, tip-top shape. Because with the CM Punk that we saw tonight, don't put him in there against Kenny Omega.
No.
You know, I don't want to see him in there against Kenny Omega and win that, you know, and he, you know, when Kenny Omega was saying I'm the best in the world, there's nobody out there that can stop me and stuff like that. If CM Punk music would have came on and he would have came out there, man, I would have been real upset. Because I'm just like, you know, he's not ready for that yet. You know, that's the way I look.
He's not ready for that yet.
No, he's not, man. I mean, Kenny Omega's on another level. And yeah, CM Punk, man, he had his time in the past. He's great. He's a great wrestler, and we hope he gets back to where he was at. And I think he will.
He will.
But he's gonna have to work himself up to that, back up to that point. And for some reason, man, I don't know what it is, because like I said, I'm not a Darby Allin fan. You know that, but I was going until Darby sat down. When they first came out of the ring, when Darby sat down, and you know, and Punk sat down with him, and Darby just had a look on his face. Because at first I started going with Darby. I was like, I want Darby to win this match. But he's sitting down there, man, with that goofy look on his face, man. I'm just like, I just don't know. But
he was doing, man. He was trying to keep himself calm. He knew how big of a moment it was.
Right.
He didn't want to psych himself out and get too caught up in the moment. He wanted to stay even keel, keep his mind on his business, and be like, this is what I got to do. This is just another match. I don't care what this dude's name is. This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going down. Right. That's what you got to psychologically see.
That's true.
The thing about wrestling, man, everybody thinks, oh, you got to be in tip-top shape and all this and all that. Okay, yeah, you do. But it's mental.
Yes.
It's a lot of mental stuff, because you can literally get in your own head and mess everything up.
Yeah.
And that's what Darby was doing, man. He was like, I know it's a big moment, but I'm going to chill. He's like Orange Juice Jones. I chill.
Yeah. Who was that saying I wish Sting would have done something now? I agree with that. That's what I want. I wanted Sting to jump CM Punk at the end of that match, man.
Man, it wasn't going to happen, because Sting said, I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna let
let
Darby handle it.
Yeah, let this be Darby's moment, man. But yeah, that would have been great though, man. That would have been that would have been so outstanding. Well, I would have went crazy, man.
Man, and then I wouldn't have understood. I'm like, okay, so Sting a heel now?
Hey, he's been a heel before, man. But you know,
man, look, he didn't work as a horseman, and it wouldn't work now.
That's true. That's true. But man, goodness. Well, he was a heel, man. He was with the NWO, man. It didn't work then either. So I mean, it's kind of hard to after those UWF days, man. After the UWF days, it's kind of hard to see Sting at like that. I still see Sting as like when he was the beach Sting. That's the way I still look at Sting. That's the way I want to see Sting. Put it that way.
Lord.
Even though he's
howling and screaming and
man, he was so awesome. But the whole thing about it won't work now because of his age. You know what I'm saying? He's 60. You know, the man's 62 years old, man. Come on. Yeah. But to me, I mean, Sting at this age, man, could give CM Punk a good match. Sting's in better shape than Punk is, just about basically. So
of course. I mean, you know, Sting's been, you know, road tested, travel approved. You know,
yeah.
He's been on the road, and Punk ain't been on the road like that. And Sting done had a few matches.
Yeah.
Punk, this is his first one.
Yeah, I'm not putting Punk down or whatever, man. I thought he done pretty well, but yeah, it took Darby Allin to you know, he had to put in the work to make CM Punk look good tonight. But hey, we know that's not gonna last. That's not gonna last too long. But like I say, within 3 to 4 months, man, I expect CM Punk to be back to where he was, and then he can be challenging Kenny Omega, Miro, and people like that. But right now, man, if they put him in matches with those guys and he win, man, it's just not gonna be convincing, and it's not gonna look good for AEW. So please don't do that, because their momentum, the momentum that they have going on right now, it doesn't need to be slowed down by anything. And no big, huge name shouldn't do that. Shouldn't interfere with that, with what they got going on. So, but man, I give the match a 3. I give it a 3.5 stars, man. I give it 3.5 stars. That's the only match I gave under 4 stars on the card, but I give it a 3.5.
I give it a. I give it a 3. 3.5.
Okay, but all right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go with yours, 3, because I went ahead and jumped. I went ahead and went with you on that 5 star. Well, I'm jump back to 3.5 because I don't know, man. It's just because of like I say, Darby put in some work, and CM Punk, man, for him the first match to come back, he did have the stamina to last a good while. So
yeah. And then I loved it when he whipped Darby into the corner, man. Darby,
wow, yeah, man.
About broke his back against that turn.
Yeah, yes, and man, and Darby come back in, and you know, and was able to continue on, man, and still give an athletic match after that. Very impressive, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 3.5 stars, man. So we'll go ahead and roll with that. If you don't mind, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm fine, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure our man Michael King probably agreed with that too, but I'm pretty sure he wanted to see CM Punk to smash Darby Allin, but pretty much that didn't happen. He won the match. He made Darby go to sleep, but you know, he didn't dominate that match. Okay. Next, man, we had my man. No, we had Paul White, man, against the convenience store, man. QT, the convenience store, man.
Paul White versus the gas man.
Yeah. So, what you think about, man? I love the match, man. How it started off. I like how Paul White came out there, man, and
I tried to stay awake during the match.
Yeah. QT Marshall had his little faction. He had his goons out there, and Big Show, man, Paul White, he took care of those guys, man. He took care of them quick.
Like I said, I tried to stay awake during the match.
I hear you, man. Well, the match didn't last too long. You know,
I'm glad, because it was trash.
QT got in a couple. He got in a couple shots there.
He had to, man.
Yeah, he did. But
He had to.
But overall, like I say, big show, man. I mean, well, Paul White, he carried this match, man. For what he was going through in his hip and everything like that, I gave him a 5-star. So, but QT Marshall didn't do anything, so I dropped the match down to a 4-star. So I give it 4 stars, and that's because of what Paul White did against him and his faction. Paul White took them all out, so I give it 4 stars.
So you give Paul White 4 stars. You don't get a match 4 stars.
No, I don't give it 4 stars. I'm giving it 4 stars because of what Paul White was able to do. So, basically.
I'm giving it 2.5.
We can't take it down to 2.5, man. We just
Why?
There was no matches on the card that's under that low, man. We can't give it a 2.5.
That was.
No, it wasn't, Chris. If you on Facebook, like I say, if you agree with Chris, let me know. Now, if you agree with Chris that was a 2.5 match.
Troy Smith said that match was a waste of time.
It was a waste of time, man, but it wasn't no 2.5, man. Come on, man.
Man, what?
Man.
Harry, let's look at this. Let's literally break this thing down. You got a 7-foot+ man with a bad hip that's just been reconstructed.
Yep.
Okay, he can hardly move. So therefore, you needed QT Marshall's goons to come in and distract you from the fact. And come, man.
Okay, what? Man. Okay, man. Okay.
That was a popcorn match, man.
All right, man. I give it a 3-star. I give it 3 stars, man. Okay, 3 stars.
That's still too high.
No, I'm giving it 3 stars, man. I can't go no lower than that, Chris. I'm
2.5, man.
Man, can we give it 3 stars, man? I'm jumping down
to a whole star. I can't do it.
You had 2.5, man. I'm jumping down a whole star. 3 stars. Straight Up Wrestling Show gives it 3 stars. And if
Harry Taylor gives it 3 stars. I'm giving it 2.5.
Well, Straight Up Wrestling, man. If I give it between 2.5 and 4, man, it's a 3.5 or 3.5, 3.3 1/4. So we're giving it 3 stars, man. And I give a shout out tonight to Pepsi. I'm drinking Pepsi Zero Sugar. So if you haven't tried it, give it a shot.
I'm giving a shout out to Stella Tours because Harry got me up here drinking with these crazy skulls.
And like we always say, man, hit like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, ding, ding. Like our man Michael King, always getting down with that ring. And Christopher Burton, man,
yes. He
lets our people know on Facebook that we're coming live. Like, share, do your thing. Help out, Hit us up with the HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's help a brother out. So so me and Chris would say help a brother out, man. So
man, see, Troy, I like you, Troy. You understand? You feel me, Troy? Troy said it was a 2-star all the way through.
Hey, Troy, man.
Troy, we here, brother. You feel me?
I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, man.
Man, look. Trash is trash. No matter what language or how you look at it, it's still trash.
I will admit, man, I was cooking a little bit. I was cooking some sweet potato pie, man. I was making sweet potatoes, man, a sweet potato casserole. And I went in there and checked on that while that match was going on. But I did have 2 TVs on. I have 2 TVs on. I had one in my bedroom. I had one in the living room on, and I had my phone. So I had 3 of them going on, so I could hear what was going on. But I took my focus off the match. I was like, man, this is, So I did hear what was going on. So I will admit that.
Troy said you got something in that Pepsi. You drunk off that Pepsi.
Hey, it's some good stuff, man. It's some great stuff. And like I say, and after you drank it for a while, I've been drinking it for maybe around 3 or 4 months, man. You won't get that aftertaste. So give it a shot, man. You want to cut out some sugar. Give it, you guys should give it some of that zero, that Pepsi Zero Sugar. Give it a shot. My man Chris, he likes that Diet Coke. you know, me and him sometimes we hit that Diet Coke, and I agree with Chris. It tastes like the old Coke. So hey, yeah. So we'll give a shout out to that too. So neither one of these guys, man, Pepsi, Coke, we know they're competitors, but they're not gonna get anything here because they ain't giving us nothing. So
exactly. Exactly.
All right, man. But yeah, we man, since our man Troy said it was 2, I'm gonna go ahead and roll with you, man. 2.5.
Hey, Troy.
All right, man.
Cheers, Troy. You my man. Thank you for holding it down.
Next match, man, we had Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage, man. I enjoyed the match, man. It was a great match. Not too many bad things. I really can't say anything bad about the match, man. What you think?
It was a good, solid match, man.
Yeah.
It did have some moments that were like,
I agree.
But you know, overall, it was a good match.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them do better, but
yes, definitely.
But still, it was a good match, and it really had to build up to what I'm going to give it. It really had to build that but at the end, like I say, it had to happen at the end, and you know
it had to.
Last moments of the match where it really built up, man. Maybe the last 2 minutes, maybe I say the last minute and a half, to where it got to me to where I was like, okay, this was a solid match, man. It was a 5-star match. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with that. It ended up really it really it really was like, say, it was the finisher of the night, man. It was it was the showstopper, and it lived up to it, man. It lived up to the billing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 stars.
Wow, you giving a man?
5 stars, man. If I graded off of Christian's performance, it's not gonna be a 5-star. It's gonna be a 4-star. But I don't know, man. I just think Kenny Omega really got to the point, man, where he carried this match over. He carried his performance over a 5-star, even though I've seen him do better too. But
matter of fact, the Rampage match that they had,
it was better. But
that was a quick match.
Yeah, yes, it was. But Kenny picked it up, man. He picked it up. It's like he's saying, okay, Christian don't have it tonight. He picked it up some more to where his performance went over a 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason I did that. But Christian wasn't there. I mean, Christian probably was doing like a 3.5 star match.
Man. Oh yeah.
So I will agree with that. So I mean, I'm here to I can compromise with that on you. I'm open. I'm not gonna say that that's solid. I'm open because this is a straight up wrestling show, man, and we do this together. So
yeah. I give that a. I'm gonna give it 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. Okay. All right. Well, like I say, it's between 4.5 and 5. So I can agree with you, man. It is. Yeah, I agree with you on the 4.5. What is Troy and all them saying?
Troy, he hates that all the old WWE superstars are coming over.
Right.
And he says because of it, it feels like the AEW doesn't truly exist.
Right. Well, Troy, it kind of reminds, like, it's the same thing, man. The WCW did the same thing, man, with Eric Bischoff. He just started bringing in all the stars from the World Wrestling Federation. He did the same thing. Even though a lot of the stars he brought back originally came from WCW. I will say that. Some of the guys, Hall and Nash, hadn't even really been over there for a long time, but they became big stars in the World Wrestling Federation. So, but he did start bringing in people that had never been in WCW before, and then it pretty much changed. He changed it to the World. He changed it to WWE and WCW really was no more. I mean, and it pretty much, and see, the thing what we're looking at as far as AEW, it hasn't been around that long, but WCW, man, it has its foundation all the way back to the Mid-Atlantic Championship wrestling era. I mean, so those fans was actually duped by having their stars take a back seat to WWE. And that's one thing I agree with you. I don't want to see AEW stars take a back seat to all these wrestlers coming in from the WWE. I don't want to see that. So, and then when you have somebody like Tony Khan is giving these people, he's giving a lot of these guys coming in, he's giving them creative control. And when that starts happening, you have what happened in WCW. Hulk Hogan was able to get Bischoff to give these guys some of the same deal that he got as far as creative control, and it got out of hand, man. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Tony Khan sits back and say, wait a minute, man, there's a lesson to learn here. And that's one thing about history. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're bound to repeat it. So, hopefully Tony Khan sits back and say, wait a minute now, didn't this happen before with a big wrestling company? And that's what brought it down, man. You cannot have a whole faction come in and then say, okay, just decide to just take over a territory and then say, okay, we're going to beat up all the guys from this territory and make yourself look good. And it makes the company that they came from. Like if you start seeing all these guys from WWE start beating the AEW guys, it's going to make them look real bad. And it's not good. So we just going to have to wait and see, man. But AEW guys are going to have to be the ones that really get over here.
Now, what do you think about the few surprises tonight?
Oh, man, that was man. I gave Adam Cole a 6, man. I give it, like I say, we don't really rank those, but like I'm gonna give that a 6. I'm gonna give that 6 stars, man. His surprise. It was past the surprise. The surprise was when he teamed up with Kenny Omega and all them, when he sided with them. That was what really shocked me, man. I was just like, wow.
Man, when he did that, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, man. I was so
it's the Bullet Club all over again.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is.
It's the Bullet Club all over again.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh man.
What?
Yeah, I mean, Bullet Club, man. When I'm sitting there thinking about the Bullet Club, man. Like I say, this could be like another NWO scenario, man.
I thought about that too.
Yeah. Goodness sake, man. Especially now, I'm glad Danielson didn't join him. Now, Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, we know what we remember him as. But if he would have joined up with them, man, that's what it would have been. And I would have been like, oh my gosh, man, they're making that same mistake again. So I don't know. I do not know. So we just go out to wait and see, man. And I hope CM Punk takes his time. They take their time with CM Punk. We know what people expect and what people want to see. But man, people need to have patience with this.
It's a microwave society, man. How much patience do you think they actually got?
I know. But
I say they give him 3 months tops.
Yeah.
And if something ain't jumping up by 3 months, okay, well, it looks like I've lost my partner. But to kind of go with what was saying, give him 3 months. I say we give him 3 months, and we see what happens. And if for whatever reason in 3 months stuff don't pan out, folk might be starting to get mad, a little aggravated, or whatever it may be. But yeah, Adam Cole, it did shock me, but it didn't. And then to see him with the Elite. I was like, oh my God, is like I said, it's Bullet Club all over again. I'm like, oh boy. But I'm kind of glad, Daniel Bryanson came out to level out the playing field. That helped out a lot, so he could level out the playing field, and also to help out Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and those guys. So yeah, it definitely helped out a lot. Like I said, I don't know what happened to my partner, man. What happened to him? I don't know where he took off to. What happened, if his phone went dead or what went on. But yeah, so it was a good pay-per-view, and I say for us here at Straight Up Wrestling Show Podcast, I'm gonna give it a 5-star. I'm gonna give it a 5-star. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5-star overall pay-per-view. For the overall, the only thing that, like I said, in my opinion, that brought it down was the Big Show and QT Marshall match. That was a match that was just, yeah, I don't think it should have happened. But yeah, oh, so my partner says his phone died. I kind of figured it. I kind of figured it would. I kind of figured it did. But yeah, I give it a. I give it a 5-star. All right, so he said he's gonna be back on. Well, hurry up, man, get back on here because I was getting ready to sign off. I was getting ready to sign off here, man. Because it's getting a little late and now I'm getting a little tired. Yeah. Troy, you give it a 5-star overall. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, the show was definitely a 5-star overall. So we'll see what happens Wednesday. Now that Kenny Omega possibly has some more competition at some point in time in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the AEW review. Troy, I'm glad you liked the show, man. Check us out on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe if you're on there. Hit that notification bell. Get notifications when we go live, when we do special shows, things of that nature. And if you're on Facebook, we got a fan page just made for the fans, so you can chime in, post about anything wrestling that's going on in your area. And we got some awesome stuff going on that's going to be coming up. Matter of fact, and if you are in the Greenville, Spartanburg area, upstate area, more towards Spartanburg, if you're in the area, okay, you're back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Upstate area. If you more towards Spartanburg. Hey, mute, man, mute.
Okay.
Okay, you're back. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we appreciate everybody, man, checking us out. And like Chris, I think you was about to say if you're in the upstate area,
if you're in the upstate area, check out a independent wrestling promotion called His Wrestling. It's a Christian-based wrestling organization that runs out of Packlet, South Carolina. They'll be running the show this Friday. Tickets are on sale. We will be there. Straight Up Wrestling Podcast will be there. I will be doing the podcast pre-show, and I'll be helping do commentary for the matches, and we'll do a post show. And then come that Saturday, we got the big show.
Oh yeah, down the Rock Hill.
Not Big Show Paul White, but we have a huge show in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Rock and Roll Express, Nikita Koloff, Magnum TA, and a lot, and I mean a lot of local independent wrestlers is going to be there. It's a benefit show. It's the promotion is PWF, Patriotic Wrestling Federation, and tickets are going to be on sale. Actually, tickets are on sale now. Yes, tickets are on sale now. Like I said, we got a lot going on. We're going to be busy here the next couple of days.
Yeah, the Asian Sensation is going to be in the house.
Yes, Michael King, our other partner, he's going to be there. He's going to be in the show. He's going to be doing the podcast. We're going to be busy, man. Those 2 days right there, we're going to be busy, and we're going to be broadcasting live just like we did last night at American Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Which was spur of the moment. So that's why you need to be notified of when we go live, the notification bell and things of that nature. So when we do spur of the moment stuff and go live. But yes, that's what we have coming up for our live shows and podcasts. Whoo, good Lord, that's a lot.
Yeah, man. And like I say, last night at APW, man. It was great. And some of these independent shows, man, they doing a lot of them. They put on a lot better shows than the professionals are. They are professional too, but I'm saying, as far as the pro shows that we're seeing on TV, you see a lot better action with some of these independents, man, because these guys are really working. And some of them sometimes, a lot of times, most times they're working for nothing. So, hey, get out there, support them, man. And I mean, they really putting together some great work, man. I mean, last night, man, I give that between maybe 4 and 5, 4.5, man, for the whole show. And then you had a few matches like Jet and Dragon at the end, man. I'd give that a 5-star match. That chain, man. Actually, I go with a 6-star. It was
that dog collar match.
Yeah, the dog collar match. It was off the mark, man. So
and it's on our Facebook page. Go back and look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and look at it. That match was amazing. You'll hear me on commentary, me and my partner, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But if you're anywhere in your area that has local wrestling, check them out, support them.
That's it.
You will be highly, highly entertained and will not be disappointed. I promise you.
No doubt.
So, with all that being said, after all the dust is settled, AEW All Out 5-star overall.
Yes.
So now, for my man, Harry Bernard Taylor, me, Christopher Burton, the People's Podcaster, and our man, Michael King, the Asian Sensation. In his words, I quote, "Peace be the journey." And we are out.
Definitely.